what to do when you can't trust yourself to lose weight, and what is the solutions. Just a quick backstory for me. I was about 350 pounds in high school, lost a lot of weight from athletics. I joined some sports, wrestling, football, and lost a bunch of weight that way. I was floating around like 250, 260 from like high school, college. Made a lot of bad healthy decisions outside, like after high school. I started to get my life together at some point. It was 2019. I floated around like 260 for a while in 2018, 19. Very, very unhealthy. Started working out, gaining muscle on top of my body fat, but you can kind of tell when your body's changing because of those newbie gains. And so I'm putting on all this muscle mass, and I'm doing my cardio, and I started jiu-jitsu. Had like hair down to my ass. I eventually ended up cutting that. Anyway, in that time frame, I met a girl, and she ended up, my first. I don't know. I was basically ignoring the red flags, whatnot, and she ended up hurting me emotionally because you don't know what you don't know. Anyway, and so I took that as motivation, and that just kind of helped me even go harder at jujitsu and the gym, etc. And so I did most of like getting my transformation, like my most like 2 3 years ago transformation done by myself. So very thankful that I stuck to that. And this was kind of during COVID. Well, about 2 years ago, I was competing in jiu-jitsu, was trying to get to MMA. And this is the part where I really want to emphasize on is I lost a really close friend of mine, and I was really pushing out like self-improvement content. And when my friend passed away, it almost like it threw me off so much. I quit making content. I gave up on myself personally because it's like if I can't save my closest best friend that's like a brother to me, then I'm doing something wrong. There's a big lesson learned there. And so I just kind of gave up on myself. I had a job where I just let it consume me, and I just started drinking really, really heavily again. That I had a drinking issue right before I started getting in shape, prior. Now I want to get to the point where I'm finally in a spot where like I'm trying and I fail. I'm trying and I fail. I'm trying to lose weight and I fail. Trying to get in shape and I fail and I fail. But here's the thing, guys. It's not that I'm giving up on myself. I keep trying. I keep slipping up, keep trying. Keep slipping up, keep trying. Here's the thing that I think is going to resonate most with people watching this video is when you get to the point where you just can't do it on your own. You just can't. No matter what you do, no matter how you eat, no matter how you exercise, no matter what you do, you just can't lose weight. You can't get in shape. You can't count on yourself. You're done. You're right. You're like, I'm running out of options. I'm frustrated. The best thing to do is hire somebody to help you, keep you accountable. Hire somebody who's got some credibility. For instance, what I did was I hired a coach who has been working with a lot of my friends who are in the bodybuilding scene, in the jiu-jitsu scene, in the fitness scene here locally. And this guy himself has done bodybuilding. He's been coaching, has had some serious injuries, so he relates to my injuries. He's been through a rough past like I've been through. So when we did our first initial, I guess, one-on-one, we resonated and we clicked really well. And hopefully you guys find somebody that you guys can click with. Don't give up. If you're you've made it pretty far on your transformation, you might have gave up here or there, went through something, and you just got to restart. That's great. I'm proud of you. And you just keep fumbling and you keep restarting and fumbling. That's great. You just keep restarting. That's awesome. But you can't count on yourself. I definitely recommend hiring a coach, testing the waters, talking with different coaches. Everyone wants you to work with them so that they can get some kind of, benefit from it. You guys both benefit, but talk to your friends, reach out to somebody who's been through the coaching. I'm fortunate enough to have so many people I train with that have separate coaches outside of jiu-jitsu and kickboxing that do their workout and nutrition. I'm glad I chose him because I have a really good friend that works with him and another training partner that works with him. I chose him because he's been through, and I've known his story before, as you know everybody locally, you get to know everybody. His story just kind of resonated with me more about his injuries and his past and his upbringing. You know, it's very similar to mine versus the older female trainer that's had a completely different upbringing and experience than I have, versus this other guy that's been doing coaching for a while that's had a complete different upbringing and just different style of coaching. So I chose this guy and just, you know, take that as preference on what you should be looking for as a coach. But if you're struggling, I really, really highly recommend finding like a coach, someone local. You shouldn't be paying thousands of dollars for this. You should not be paying thousands of dollars. You should be paying maybe a couple $100 every other month or something like that. Initial startup fee was like $366, but that's like a total workout plan, warm up plan, you know, because he's working with me because of injuries, nutrition, one-on-one coaching. That's going to provide me with so many sessions, and just for the value, what I'm already got out of it is you can't put a price on that. You really can't. You know, upfront, you know, and these guys are going to work with you financially because they want to work with you. They want to help people out. They want to get paid to do it. You know, go local. You shouldn't be paying thousands of dollars for a 12-week program online. It just doesn't make sense. There are real people that are local to you that want to help you, and they're not going to charge you an arm and a leg. I promise you. $30-$40 a session is nothing compared to what the benefits you're going to get out of it versus, you know, doing online coaching and whatnot. But I want to make this video because I'm living proof of someone I've had a six-pack before, right? I got into crazy good shape and got a six-pack. I've been fat and overweight my whole life growing up. Like I told you in high school, I was 350. Before that, I've always been, you know, fat and chubby, the chubby, you know, funny, insecure kid growing up. I got to the point where I had a six-pack. I did that on my own. And now I'm at a point where I need accountability as far as like my diet goes, showing up and pushing myself, physically pushing myself through these injuries, working through these injuries. I've had shoulder injury, knee injuries, my hips, like my ankles, everything, right? I want to still compete and be an athlete and get in incredible shape. And so I just know that I can't do this on my own. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know how to recover or stretch my hips or work through my shoulder, or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm paying somebody who knows what they're doing, who's been through injuries, to help me get through that. And maybe you don't have injuries. Maybe you don't, and that's fine. Maybe you're just a guy who's working full time, who doesn't have time for the gym anymore. Everyone's got time to work out, trust me. You know, you're working like 12, 16-hour days. Dude, you can do this through a correct diet / lifestyle. I hate to call it a diet, but, you know, if you're eating fast food, junk foods, like gas station foods, what do you expect? You know what I mean? But you need to start eating whole foods, and that's where the nutritionist comes in to tell you, you know, like, here's my body, here's what I want, and then they'll take care of you from there to show you what you need to be eating and how your body reacts to it. There's just levels to this, and we all know what we got to do. We all know what we got to do. I shouldn't be ranting on about it. We all know what we need to be doing. I wanted to make this video because I know that there's a bunch of people out there who they're right there. You know, they're trying to do the right things, but it's just not clicking for them. Find somebody local that's got credibility. Talk to them. Talk to a couple other people that are local. Talk to everybody. See who resonates with you. You know, it's always good to do in-person stuff to just see if they're the right fit, or you can do a call. Best way is just like message or text them. It's super easy to message and text nowadays. And see who's the right fit. I mean, this is going to be, don't look at it as like, oh, I got to spend money. This is an investment for your life. You want to feel better, not be so sluggish. You know, you want to have more confidence. You want to just be happy. You don't want to rely on medications or weed or alcohol or this or that to take the pain away, or to just like forget about what you know what you should be doing. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to end it with this. If I can do it, if someone like me can do it, I once weighed 350 pounds. And I know we all go through the everyday struggles, the everyday grind. And it's you show up and you just do, you go through the motions. Now is the time to make that change. We've only got one life, guys. We've only got this limited time here on earth. What do you want to do with it? You know, it's not about what other people think. It's about what you want to leave behind. What do you want to contribute to? What kind of man, what kind of person do you want to be remembered as? You know, we all have family and friends that love us. Who do you want to be? And trust me, everyone's watching. Doesn't matter what their opinions are, but everyone's watching. Everyone wants you to win. Trust me, everybody wants you to win. Even when someone's betting against you, man, I really want to see this guy lose so bad. Trust me. Trust me. Because down the road, when you win, they're going to be like, man, I know that guy. I know that guy. I knew he was going to be a winner. Even if they bet against you, that's just the mentality. That's just the majority mentality. You need to do this for yourself. It's just time. And I applaud you and congratulate you because I know that you will be able to do it. And I'm happy for you. And I want to see this journey. Okay? I want to see your journey. I want to share my journey. I want everyone to win. You have what it takes.